They say we know more about outer space than our own oceans. Think about that for a second. Beneath the surface of something we see every day, there's an entire world that's still mostly unexplored, and it's hiding things no one ever expected to find. From cities buried underwater to sounds scientists can't explain, the ocean has given us discoveries that are equal parts fascinating and terrifying. And today, we're counting down the 10 strangest things ever found beneath the oceans. So stay with me till the end, because the number one on this list will make you question what else might be hiding down there, waiting to be discovered. Let us begin. Number 10. The Baltic Sea Anomaly. In 2011, a group of Swedish treasure hunters called Ocean X were scanning the Baltic Sea when their sonar picked up something strange. About 60 meters wide and sitting 90 meters below the surface, it looked perfectly circular, almost like a crashed spacecraft resting on the seabed. When divers went down, they found what looked like a massive stone structure with smooth edges and even a staircase-like slope leading up to it. The images went viral, and suddenly everyone had a theory, from alien technology to an ancient civilization. Scientists later examined rock samples and said it was most likely a glacial formation. Still, the odd symmetry and shape keep people guessing. Whether it's nature's work or something man-made, it remains one of the most mysterious finds beneath the Baltic Sea. Number 9. The Yonaguni Monument, Japan. Off the coast of Yonaguni Island in Japan, divers discovered a massive structure sitting quietly under the waves. It has giant stone terraces, steps, and flat surfaces, the kind of shapes you'd expect from a pyramid, not the ocean floor. Some experts believe it's a natural formation shaped by erosion, but others, like geologist Masaki Kimura, argue that it's the remains of an ancient city lost thousands of years ago when sea levels were lower. What's fascinating is how deliberate it all looks. There are right angles, clean cuts, and even what seems to be a road. If it's natural, it's one of the most precise accidents in geology. If it's man-made, then it's proof of a civilization that existed long before history remembers. Either way, Yonaguni's underwater monument has become one of Japan's greatest mysteries. Number 8. The Ghost Fleet of Chuuk Lagoon. To understand the next one on the list, you have to first imagine that you're diving in the Pacific and suddenly you're surrounded by sunken ships. Not one or two, but an entire fleet frozen in time. That's what divers found in Chuuk Lagoon, part of Micronesia. Those of you who don't know, back in World War II, this lagoon was Japan's main naval base. In 1944, the US launched a surprise attack called Operation Hailstone, sinking more than 60 warships and hundreds of planes. Decades later, those wrecks are still there, sitting silently on the seabed. What's eerie is how well preserved everything is. You can still see gas masks, bottles, even human remains in some wrecks. It's like the ocean decided to turn a battle into a museum. Today, Chuuk Lagoon is one of the most haunted dive sites in the world. But it's surely beautiful. Number 7. The underwater crop circles of Japan. Now this one is just wild. In 1995, divers off the coast of Amami Oshima Island in Japan started spotting strange circular patterns drawn in the sand, each one almost perfectly symmetrical, about 6 feet wide, with detailed ridges and loops that looked way too neat to be random. At first, everyone thought it was aliens again. Who else could make something so precise? But then the truth came out, and it was even better. It wasn't aliens at all. It was a tiny pufferfish. This little artist spends days flapping its fins to shape the sand into beautiful patterns just to attract a mate. When the female arrives, the male leads her right into the center of his masterpiece. Talk about effort. Scientists called it one of the most impressive examples of animal behavior ever recorded. Turns out, even underwater, love makes you do some crazy things. Number 6. The Lost City of Heraklion. If one day you're exploring the coast of Egypt, scanning the seafloor, and suddenly giant statues start appearing out of the darkness, arms, faces, pillars, don't worry, it's a city well preserved. In the year 2000, archaeologists discovered the ancient city of Heraklion. This city once served as Egypt's main port more than 1,200 years ago. It was where pharaohs collected taxes and merchants traded goods before the city mysteriously disappeared. For centuries, people thought it was just a myth mentioned in old texts. Then divers found it, sitting 30 feet underwater, completely intact. Temples, gold coins, even massive statues of gods were recovered, all buried in mud. Scientists believe it sank after a powerful earthquake caused the ground beneath it to liquefy. Heracleion turned out to be real, and seeing its ruins today feels like stepping straight into a lost chapter of history. Number 5. The bloop. Number 5 gives serious, what on earth was that energy? In 1997, researchers from the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration picked up a sound so loud it echoed across the entire Pacific Ocean. It was deep, organic, and completely unlike anything they'd ever recorded before. They called it the bloop. For a while, no one knew what could make a sound that massive. Some thought it was an enormous creature lurking deep in the ocean, something bigger than even a blue whale. Others suspected underwater volcanic activity or shifting ice. The theories got wilder every year. Eventually, scientists traced it back to icequakes, the sound of giant chunks of ice breaking and sinking. But even after the mystery was solved, people couldn't help but feel uneasy. Because if nature can make a sound like that, imagine what else is down there that we haven't heard yet. Number 4. Lake Michigan's underwater Stonehenge. Divers mapping the bottom of Lake Michigan weren't expecting to find anything more than sand and rocks. But during a 2007 survey, their sonar picked up something that stopped them cold. A group of massive stones arranged in a circle, sitting about 40 feet below the surface. When they sent cameras down, they couldn't believe what they saw. Some of the stones were lined up in a perfect ring, and one had carvings that looked like the outline of a mastodon, an animal that went extinct over 10,000 years ago. No one knows who placed those stones or why. Some say it's just a coincidence. Others think it could be the remains of an ancient ceremonial site, built when the lakebed was still dry land. Whatever the truth is, it's an incredible reminder that there are still traces of forgotten civilizations hiding right beneath our feet. Or in this case, beneath the water. Number 3. The underwater river in Mexico. Now this one sounds impossible, but it's completely real. Deep in a cave system called Cenote Angelita in Mexico, divers discovered what looks like a full river flowing through the ocean. It has banks, branches, even a fog-like mist hovering above it. But here's why it made it out list. It's not actually a river. What you're seeing is a layer of hydrogen sulfide that separates fresh water from salt water. The difference in density creates the illusion of a river running underwater, and when divers swim through it, it feels like crossing between two worlds. It's eerie, beautiful, and a little haunting all at once. Nature somehow built a river within a river, proving that the ocean still has ways of surprising us that science alone can't fully capture. Number 2. The Train Graveyard, off New Jersey. Off the coast of New Jersey are 2 massive locomotives lying side by side on the ocean floor. The divers found no tracks, no wreckage of a ship, nothing that explained how they got there. Just 2 old steam engines lying in the deep ocean. When they were finally studied, experts realized these trains were from the 1850s, making them among the oldest ever found underwater. But here's where it gets weird. There's absolutely no record of them being lost at sea. No mention in shipping logs, no report of an accident. It's as if they simply vanished one day and decided to settle on the ocean floor. Some believe they fell off a transport barge during a storm. Others think the truth is buried somewhere in forgotten history. Whatever happened, it's strange to imagine 2 massive trains sitting underwater, completely preserved, in a place they were never meant to be. Number 1. The Mariana Trench Mystery Object. And finally, number 1 takes us to the deepest part of the planet, the Mariana Trench. In 2014, researchers using sonar to map the trench picked up something unusual. A massive metallic-looking object sitting more than 35,000 feet below the surface, where the pressure is so extreme it can crush steel. The sonar image showed a shape that didn't match any known geological structure. For a while, people thought it might be debris from a lost submarine or a piece of an old spacecraft. But here's the catch. No one has ever been able to reach it. The depth makes it nearly impossible to explore directly, and so far, the object remains untouched and unidentified. It could be a rock formation shaped by tectonic movement, Or it could be something entirely different. Until someone builds a machine that can survive that pressure, all we have are theories and one haunting image of something sitting in the world's darkest place. When you think about it, the ocean is like Earth's memory card, storing everything we've lost, forgotten, or never even knew existed. From ghost ships and mysterious creatures to random trains lying miles off the coast, it's a reminder that we've only explored a small part of what's down there. Scientists say we've mapped more of Mars than our own ocean floor. And that's kind of crazy, right? Because who knows what else is sitting in the dark waiting to be found? Another ship, another object, another story that changes everything we thought we knew. What do you think is the most compelling mystery hiding in our oceans? Let us know in the comments below. And if you want to join us on more explorations into the unknown, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more.